Interesting facts about dogs that you didn't know. Our smaller friends can perform the simplest mathematical actions, count to 5. Their intellectual level is like that of 2 or 3-year-olds who are just learning about the world. Dogs can smell like chips. This is due to the fact that on the paws, with prolonged non-compliance with hygiene, bacteria grow that smell unpleasantly of corn chips. If you smell such a smell from your pet, you need to wash your paws with soap. In Russia, dogs have mastered the subway for their existence. They use it to get from one point of the city to another. This allows them to find food. Dogs perfectly distinguish and hear ultrasonic whistling. Paul McCartney recorded a long whistle especially for his shepherd dog at the end of one of the songs. Dogs don't like being hugged and squeezed. For them, this is a sign of dominance, so stop squeezing your dogs. A wet nose in dogs is needed in order to distinguish odors perfectly. It is a kind of radar. A collar with spikes was first invented in ancient Greece. This was done not for beauty, but so that the pets would not be attacked by wolves, and not strangled them. The most interesting thing is that dogs drink by rolling their tongue into a tube. Dogs have 1,700 taste buds. The heartbeat of an adult is 60 to 100 beats per minute, as in an adult. The dog has 3 pairs of eyelids, upper, lower, and middle blinking. It moistens the surface and does not allow it to dry. In ancient China, dogs were the defenders of the emperor. The dog was sitting in his sleeve. If necessary, it could jump out and bite the offender of its owner. Please note that dogs cannot eat chocolate. It negatively affects the work of the heart and can cause sclerosis of the pet. Dogs are 100,000 times better at smelling than humans. Many dog owners believe that their pets are able to predict the weather. This is due to a good sense of smell and hearing. The smallest dog on the planet is considered a Chihuahua. Its weight is about 900 grams, the size of a Coca-Cola can. The Canary Islands were named after the dog. It is Canaris that means dog in translation. But the Canaries were named after the name of the islands themselves. The most interesting thing is that if the dog wags its tail to the left side relative to itself, it means that it is alarmed and very attentive to your actions. It is worth noting that Chihuahua puppies are born with a soft crown. Just like people. By about 1 year, the fontanelle in dogs overgrows, becomes hard. Many dogs, if they eat and drink quickly, can also hiccup like humans. The most basic health problem in dogs is obesity. Therefore, be sure to walk a lot with your dogs and monitor their physical activity. In Japan, in the 17th and 18th centuries, there was a law that promised to kill someone who would offend a dog. Housewives in the USA, in the middle of the last century, were very concerned that dogs were being sent into space and they were dying there. Therefore, they offered to send Negroes to the moon. The most interesting thing is that dog owners move 66% more than all other people. Therefore, if you want to lose weight, get a dog. In Russia, a dog costs like a herd of sheep, 3 horses, or a flock of sheep. That's how much dogs were valued there. Nose prints in dogs are individual, like fingerprints in humans. Dogs instinctively require the approval of the leader before any action. Dogs have sweaty paws, unlike people who have sweaty armpits. Unusual facts about dogs. The wool between the pads is often wet and smells unpleasant because of sweat. Dogs are the only animals that can determine a person's emotions by one look. They do not need to say anything, they immediately understand how a person feels, and what pets need to do at this time so as not to annoy their owner. In the USA, more than 1 million dogs are inscribed in the wills of their owners. Therefore, there are rich dogs who, after the death of their owners, receive a decent amount of money. Dogs are easily trained. They can learn from 200 to 500 words, distinguish their meaning and understand what they are being told. Greyhounds are the fastest dogs that can reach speeds of up to 72 km per hour. A dog was mentioned 14 times in the Bible. It is believed that dogs can diagnose cancer earlier than doctors. There are studies according to which dogs detect lung, bladder, or stomach cancer by smell. Dogs do not like to walk in the rain, not because they are afraid of getting wet, or do not like cold drops. The fact is that the rain noise is very loud for dogs, and can spoil their acute hearing. Dogs judge objects first by their movement, then by their brightness, and finally by their shape. Siberian Huskies are the hardiest pets, but not fast. In just a day they can walk up to 160 kilometers. Huskies average a speed of 17 kilometers per hour. The fastest dog is a greyhound. Please note that in families with dogs, children are less likely to suffer from colds, asthma, and allergies. If your child is often sick, get a dog. The largest dog was born in 1981. Her height from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail is about 2.5 m, and her weight is 155 kilograms. Please note that the most intelligent and easily trained dogs are collies, poodles, as well as the German Shepherd. The most poorly trained are Afghan Shepherds. Up to a certain point, the collie was considered a vicious dog. This is due to the fact that Scotland is the homeland. For some reason, the Scots were considered uneducated, simple, and stupid. The longer the dog's nose, the more efficient its internal cooling system is. The collie became the Queen's favorite breed, then it became widespread all over the world. Medieval dogs were often accused of witchcraft, along with their owners. There are cases of hanging and public execution of dogs for witchcraft. Please note that the first one who went on the flight was the dog. The daughter of the first space dog moved to the United States, to the presidential family. In ancient China, dog handlers were considered respected people. Now there is enough information on the internet, it is not necessary to give the dog to dog handlers. Kidney failure of your dog can develop from a handful of raisins or a bar of chocolate. Control your diet, do not allow you to eat prohibited foods. Rumors about werewolves arose after the fall of Rome. It was then that the owners were forced to take care of their survival, and absolutely did not worry about their dogs. It was then that crowds of homeless animals arose, which could even devour people. Dachshunds were bred to hunt badgers. That is why they have a dense, long body and short legs. In ancient China, it was very popular to give Pekingese. Such breeds were considered universal. Amazing facts about dogs. The Pekingese, in rich families, had their own servants. Basenji. It is this unique breed that differs in that it does not bark at all. Therefore, if you want to get yourself a quiet pet, this breed of dog is just for you. Puppies are born deaf and blind. By about 1 month, they have vision. The main source of information from the outside world in puppies is touch. They have a huge number of nerve endings on their body that allow them to feel danger. The first pets of people who have been tamed are wolves. It is from them that all other dog breeds originate. In the USA there is a church for dogs, which was built by the owner of 5 Labradors. They helped cure the host of cancer. It is worth noting that dogs sniff 100 times more than people in a day. The amount of processed information is almost the same. Only people usually look around with their eyes, and dogs sniff. This helps them to know the world, as well as to see the danger. Dogs in about 2 days can feel the approach of a storm, thunderstorms, inclement weather. Pets very often wag their tail. And not every waggle says that the dog is happy. This may indicate the opposite. There is a whole language of tail movements that are deciphered in different ways. Dogs, like people, smile and laugh. Only they don't do it the way people do. The dog's laughter is heard as XX. Dogs do not distinguish colors, they are colorblind. Chihuahua dogs are named after the state of Chihuahua in Mexico, where they were discovered. Guide dogs, when transferring a person across the road, are guided not by the colors of the traffic light. They look at how passers-by behave, as well as vehicles. Individuals of the Lundhund breed have 6 fingers on their paws. Approximately 45% of dogs sleep in their owners' beds, even if they do not allow it. Dogs come to the bedroom after the owners leave for work or to the store. In the far north, dogs are one of the most basic modes of transport. Because huskies can travel a very long distance, the development of the South and North Poles was carried out just with the help of dogs. Pay attention, when the dog is hot, it sticks out its tongue, and cools down in such an unusual way. Adult dogs have 42 teeth in their mouths. Dogs have very poor eyesight. Therefore, these animals are more likely than others to fall under the wheels of a car. Dogs often resemble their owners, although dog handlers think otherwise. It is a person who chooses a dog in his own image. Medieval Norway was ruled by a dog for 3 years. This is not fiction. The fact is that the manager got angry at the retinue and awarded his powers to the dog. In ancient Egypt, dogs were mummified, as were pharaohs. There is information that dogs can fall in love like people. Dogs are very attached to their owners, because they consider them leaders. Dogs definitely need order and discipline. Because dogs are like little children in their mental development. Take this into account and begin to educate the discipline and obedience of the pet. It was found that children in families who have dogs learn better. This is due to the fact that the child often walks outside, breathes air, which stimulates blood circulation in the brain.